28th of October 2024 was a historic day in the history of India's aerospace ecosystem. It was also a major milestone in India-Spain relations. You see, on Monday, Pedro Sanchez, the Prime Minister of Spain, was in Vadodara, Gujarat, where he met Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The two did a roadshow together, which was followed by a bilateral meeting. But why Vadodara, you may ask? And what is so important about this meeting after all? Well, Vadodara because that's where the heart of the massive TATA Airbus deal worth 21,000 crore rupees lies. I'm talking about the TATA Aircraft Complex, India's first private military transport aircraft production plant, which was inaugurated by Modi and Sanchez. This is Shubhangi Sharma for CNN News 18. Let's get started. Now, this event was a day of many historic firsts. It marks the Indian private sector's foray into the manufacturing of state-of-the-art military aircraft. For the first time, the C-295 military transport aircraft will be produced in India. India has ordered 56 of these aircraft. Under a deal with Airbus, India will be receiving 16 of these aircraft from Spain's Seville factory, and the remaining 40 will be produced in Vadodara, the last of which will be delivered by 2031. But that will only be the beginning for the plant, which is poised to be a manufacturing giant and MRO hub, that is, maintenance, repair and overhaul facility, a crucial part of aerospace manufacturing and servicing. Once it replenishes the IAF's fleet, it will be manufacturing, exporting and servicing Airbus aircraft for the world. So these are the four major victories marked by this event. Number 1, a victory for the Indian Air Force. Number 2, a win for India's defense industry. Number 3, a win for India's civilian aerospace sector. And 4, a win for India-Europe ties. Let's quickly look into each one of them. The C-295 is a tactical military transport aircraft known for its versatility. The 56 aircraft, which will be here by 2031, will be replacing the aging fleet of Avro 748s, which are at the end of their life cycle. With a capacity to carry 5 to 9 tons of weight, it promises to be the king of logistics in the Indian Air Force. It is tailored for a variety of missions, from carrying troops and cargo, maritime patrol, surveillance, reconnaissance, to evacuations and airborne firefighting. The aircraft has proven its mettle in challenging fields like Afghanistan, Iraq and Chad, with demonstrated capacity to fly over 100 hours per month. It is a fact the logistical ability empowers tactical ability, and the C-295 will do exactly that for the Indian Air Force, especially at the high altitudes of the Himalayan border with China. So this aircraft will significantly boost the Indian Air Force's capabilities. And the best part is that most of these machines will be made in India. That brings us to Make in India in the Indian defense industry, another win. The TATA Airbus Facility will give way to thousands of high-paying jobs in India. Estimates say that the project will directly create 3,000 high-paying jobs while supporting 15,000 more indirectly across the supply chain. This collaboration will cultivate a skilled workforce, energizing India's aerospace sector and paving the way for future innovation. For decades, India has relied on the publicly owned Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, or HAL, in the area of defense aerospace. But HAL has its hands full and cannot service India's growing needs alone. With the TATA Aircraft Facility, the Tata Group has made a solid foray into the defense industry, marking the entry of private players in defense aircraft manufacturing. More importantly, this aircraft will be almost 100% made in India, as all its components will be produced in the country. In fact, the Vadodara facility is not only tasked with assembling the aircraft, but is expected to handle the complete production life cycle, from component manufacturing to assembly, testing, final delivery, as well as maintenance, repair and overhaul. And once the aircraft are supplied to the Indian Air Force, the facility will turn towards exports, which will be a major boost for Indian defense exports. That's a significant victory for PM Modi's Make in India push. During his address on Monday, PM Modi said something very significant. Pointing towards India's booming aviation sector, he said, and I quote, "This factory is going to play a major role in the design and manufacturing of civilian aircraft to meet the future needs of India and the world." You see, India's airlines have placed orders for about 1,200 new civilian aircraft, and it seeks to develop manufacturing capabilities in tandem with this transformation of India into an aviation hub. According to PM Modi, this ecosystem will pave the way for Made in India in civilian aircraft in the future. Now this brings us to the fourth win and how this is a huge win for India-Europe ties. In the context of India-Spain relations, this is a major milestone. Pedro Sanchez is a rising political figure in Europe, fostering one of the fastest growing European economies post-COVID. He is looking to expand trade with India, which stands at less than $10 billion at the moment. Given the potential of the two countries, this number can be much larger, making Spain a significant part of India's European diplomacy. In fact, it's a breakthrough in terms of India's ties with Europe, especially Germany, France, and Spain, which are key stakeholders in Airbus. India's diplomatic maneuvers with France, Germany, and Spain have ensured that this deal comes through with tremendous gains for the Indian aerospace and defense industry. And let's not forget, getting European players to sign off on this deal would not have been easy, given the fact that Europe has long been possessive of this strategic industry, preventing it from branching out owing to its high-paying jobs and technological prowess. This deal has undoubtedly added a new dimension to India's relations with Europe, all while boosting Make in India and the Indian Air Force's capabilities. In fact, it may even serve as a template for future deals with advanced economies, unlocking India's manufacturing potential, enhancing its position as a net exporter in the realm of defense trade.